Tap the microphone. Tap the microphone. Let's get into this beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bruh. Hey, quarantine guy here. And guess what? Nothing's changed. Everything's still the same. There's still a virus. There's still a sickness. It's the 3rd of February, and one of the greatest monuments is one that never fails to excite me. You always see white people walk in, and they're always excited. And honestly, I never questioned them. Bass Pro Shop. This place is absolute heaven. Like an adult's Disneyland, right? You got ATVs, you get camo clothes, you get fishing equipment, fishing, boats, some animals, fishing boats, and the outdoors. I'd definitely want to be a redneck too if I saw this place. I mean, come on, it's Bass Pro Shop. I have a story from the first time that I went. So I always knew the place was just a Bass Pro Shop, right? You always drive by and you're like, oh, it's Bass Pro Shop. So exciting. And I was like, oh, we're gonna go to Bass Pro Shops today. So cool. We're gonna go to Bass Pro Shops. Yeah, Bass Pro Shops. So cool. Hey, we're going to Bass Pro Shop. It's my first time going to Bass Pro Shop. Guess what? Life changing. The place just proved me wrong so fast. I walk in and I see all the fake animals. You see on top of the roof there's geese. There's a fish tank. You see a bunch of clothes. Big variety of people. People buying certain things you wouldn't see them buying. People buying stuff you'd normally see them buying, but you're like, okay, why would you get that here? You get ATVs, boats, all kinds of things. It was like as soon as I walked in, there was just an inner peace. I had been enlightened by this. It was just a simple building, right? You'd think so. No. I'd like to really compare this to an expensive rainforest cafe. And if you don't know what a rainforest cafe is, I am very sorry, but your parents didn't love you. But in summary, it's the worst food you could possibly get. But here's the catch. There's cool animatronic animals being loud the entire time. Which is a little part of Bass Pro Shop, which I'd like to call out. And when you go into Bass Pro Shop, you see animals, which is basically a taxidermy zoo. You get these stuffed up, like, panthers, lions, just propped up in random places. Sometimes you get real animals if you're lucky. You will get the places with the real animals. But there's like fake geese in the roof, like tigers and chickens on the sides of the top. It's really hard to explain unless you've gone. But unless you're a Bass Pro Shop connoisseur, then you won't know what it's about. But the one thing that Bass Pro Shop does amazingly is bring the outdoors indoors. If I take a wild guess, it's like they made a roofed structure, just made it in this warehouse where they make roofed structures. Put it on a helicopter. Helicopter went over a random land, like a random plot, and dropped it. Because inside looks just like outside, which is the weirdest thing and I think the key thing that everyone knows and connects Bass Pro Shop with Bass Pro Shop is their fish tank. There's a huge fish tank and it's filled with, and yeah, there's a guy who got in trouble for it, swimming in it, actually, which was the dumbest thing you could possibly think about. But dude, oh my gosh, I would pay money to swim in the Bass Pro Shop fish tank. But I can't talk about Bass Pro Shop without talking about the beast of all Bass Pro Shops, the Memphis Pyramid. An absolute madman created this atomic-sized building Right, it's 322 feet tall. It's all glass exterior. It's right next to the Mississippi River, and you can see it right off the highway. Whoever created this is definitely doing a power move. It's pure power, pure strength. Whoever this man is, stay away from him. Keep your kids away from him. Your wives, especially away from him. In this astounding building, you get an indoor swamp, hotel. You get a bowling alley restaurant, which is the dumbest thing you can do, but with that size of a thing, it's a huge pyramid. You can do anything you want, really. And then, of course, you get the little shops, but the shops aren't important when you're a pyramid in Memphis. And only for $10, you could reach the tippy top of the building and go outside and look right out the Mississippi River and whatever else is out in Memphis, which is absolutely nothing. The pyramid used to be a basketball arena. Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson fought in the arena. So it was basically used as an arena before it was Bass Pro Shop. I'd say the final stand of that building, pyramid, was a little bit disappointing because also connecting the Rainforest Cafe to Bass Pro Shop is that the owner had given a crystal skull over to the pyramid, and everyone thought it was cursed, so no one goes to the pyramid anymore. But all the other places, they're booming.